Okay, here are the settings. 20 volts, 310 inches a minute using 035 ER70S6 wire. The keys to this weld are gun angle and stick out, also known as CTWD. They're not quite the same thing, but essentially stick out is the amount of unmelted wire sticking out of the contact tip, between the contact tip and the arc. You want to keep it pretty short. Now I'm using a pull angle on this. I would just as soon use a push angle. It doesn't really matter to me. They both work fine on short circuit MIG. They both just yield slightly different results. I've tested hundreds of these, so I'm very comfortable doing a pull angle. But we'll test this one too at the end. I like to test welds. I think it's a really good learning tool to correlate what we're seeing here in the puddle and the arc to what the actual result is on a cross section. It's not 100% because you're only testing one cross section, but it does give you some good information. There are several techniques you could use. I'm using this little looping cursive E type of a motion, and mainly it's because it gives me an increment to travel and because it takes that arc to the front leading edge of the puddle. And then I can back up however much I want to build up, or not back up at all to increase my travel speed. It's just one of many techniques, but we're going to test it. This machine locks in on your last amperage used, so it showed me I had 159 amps there, and then it reverts back to the settings after a few seconds. So next thing is I'm just going to let this thing sit and cool off completely so it doesn't tear up my portaband blade, and then we're going to cut it right in the middle and give it a polish and a little quick acid etch. So I'm cutting it on that portaband stand that I made. There's a video on that, little swab etch with nidal etch. So that's a 1/4 inch lap joint, 20 volts, 310 inches a minute, using a fairly short stick out and a pull angle. If you hang around just another minute or so, let's take a look at some lift arc TIG with this same machine. Comes with a TIG torch with a valve. You need that for lift arc and scratch start. Also a stick stinger. It does stick also. Really all you need to do is hook up the TIG torch to the negative port, hook up your argon directly to the flow meter, and then just control the argon with a torch valve. That's why there are torches with torch valves for scratch start and lift arc. The next thing is just to switch over the machine to lift arc instead of MIG, just like that. And then we'll set our amperage. I want to go all the way up to 170 amps here. I like to use a large diameter gas lens for walking the cup, which is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to link the whole video up here of getting some practice walking the cup on plate. When you do it on plate, you have to hold the torch a little bit differently than you would on pipe. Still good practice. You have to do this sometimes on pipe too when you get in weird positions. Once again, 170 amps. Could have gone just a little bit hotter, but 170 was about right for me, especially out of practice. Going a little bit slower than I would if I was really accustomed to doing this every day, but that's the way it works. When you're doing something that you're a little rusty at or new at, start off slow, build up your speed as you get more proficient. It used to be that a MIG welder was a MIG welder, and now an MTS machine like this will do TIG on DC with scratch or lift arc as well as stick. Makes it more useful, gives you more options. If you'd like to learn more about the PrimeWeld MTS 200, its specs and everything, you can learn more at weldmonger.com. The link will be in the description of this YouTube video. Thanks for watching.